Hello, everyone. I'm Ben from Ellii. In this video, I'm going to show you a really fun activity that we have at Ellii called Dilemmas. Now, Dilemmas is a situational game that you can present to your students that gets students talking, debating, having a conversation around very simple dilemmas where they only have one of two choices that they have to choose between. At Ellii, we put a big focus on pair and group interactions in the classroom. We put a lot of paired activity and group activities into our lesson plans, but we also have a couple of games that you can play with your students at any time as a warm-up or a cool down that just gets students talking and having a conversation in the classroom. And that's what Ellii Dilemmas is. By the way, Ellii Dilemmas is free. So if you don't have a paid account to Ellii, you can just simply create a free account and use Ellii Dilemmas as a game without having a full paid subscription. I'm going to move myself over to the side here so I can give you full access to view how this works. All right, to get to Ellii Dilemmas, you just go up to materials at the top and you scroll all the way to the bottom and you click Dilemmas, which is where I am right now. If you're not a paid member and not logged in, you will be prompted to create an account a free account when you click on one of these titles below. Here are the dilemmas. There's a series of them. We're adding new ones all the time. We're starting with these 12, but there's going to be a whole bunch of them over the coming months, as we've just launched this recently. All right. There is the extravagant friend, the struggling student, the broken vase. The one that I want to focus on for this presentation is the crooked coworker. It's one of my favorite ones. When you click on it as a teacher, you can preview what the dilemma is. So here's the preview that your students will see once you launch it. You discover a hardworking coworker who is struggling financially, has been stealing small amounts of money from the company. If your boss finds out, she'll fire your coworker. What do you do? So that's the dilemma. And then these are the two choices. Report your coworker or turn a blind eye. Your students will only get to choose between those two things. There's no middle ground that they can choose from. They're difficult choices. They've got to choose one or the other. So when I'm ready to start this dilemma with my class, I just simply click start. And the first thing that's going to happen is a QR code is going to pop up. And so for all the students that have devices or phones in the class, they just have to pull out their phone, open up their camera app, and scan to that QR code, and then they'll land on the page where they can put in their name. So I just landed on this page by QR coding in. I'm going to put my name in here as a student, pretending I'm a student. And after I put it in, you'll see me start to pop up there on the screen. There's Ben. Okay. Behind here, I've got another student right here that I've already queued up. This is what a student would see if they were on one of their own devices here. And I'm going to have to put in the code because I don't have a camera there to QR code in 89226. And then I'll put in a name here for this student. This would be Keiko's account. So she's joining as well. So as you see her start to pop up, I'll also put in a couple of other students as well on one of my other devices. All right. So here comes Rami as well. And also one more. This next one will be Amir. Here comes Amir joining. And one more is Mariko. Oops. Yep, she's joining as well. And finally, let's put in Kenji. These are the names of some of my students that I used to have in my classes. All right, so there's everybody joining. We've got Ben, Keiko, Rami, Amir, Mariko, and Kenji. Perfect. There they all are. I can see that there are 6 students right up here. I can also click on them at any point to remember who's in that group because these will go away in a second. Let's start the dilemma. You'll see as I click start, Keiko's device updated immediately to see the title of that dilemma, and as well on my phone as well. That's the title. Let's go right into the dilemma here. And as I click that, Keiko's device updated, my device updated on my phone. Everybody can see this dilemma right there on their phone. If I want to present the image to my students, I can present that to them larger as well by just clicking that little thumbnail. But what I might do now is call on Keiko or call on somebody in the class to read the dilemma out loud. So Keiko will read this. You discover a hardworking coworker who is struggling financially, has been stealing small amounts of money from the company. If your boss finds out, she'll fire your coworker. What do you do? Okay, so you'll have one of your students read that out loud and maybe read the choices as well down below. But once it's time for them to start voting, they just simply select what they want. So Keiko's going to choose report the coworker. And as she does this, I can see down below that one person has submitted. I'm going to submit mine as well. I'll choose the same answer. I can see that 2 people have submitted. I can always click up here to see who has and who hasn't submitted their responses. So let's click this again. You can see Ben and Keiko have submitted, but nobody else has. So let me just do that with all the others as well. Everybody is submitting their response. Now we've got 3, now we've got 4, and then finally 5 and 6 people have submitted. You can see down at the bottom, all 6 of my students in my class have submitted. I can confirm that here, who has and who hasn't submitted, but they're all there. Okay, great. Everybody has voted or submitted their response. Now what we want to do is show the results. So I'm going to go down to the bottom, click show results. And right there, my students can look up to the students, to the teacher's overhead and see the results there. 67% said that they would report the coworker, and 33% said that they would not. Okay, that's interesting. We can use this little emoji tool down here to express our emotions. So Ben is going to express his emotion here, or some thumbs up, right? So as we do this, they just sort of pop up on the screen if we want. It's just a little bit of fun. But after this voting has happened, I want to get my students into pairs and groups and talk about it. So they have a chance now to express to their classmates why they chose one over the other. So the next thing I'm going to do is discuss in groups. So down at the bottom, you can see this discuss in groups down here. I'll go ahead and click that. It gives some instructions to the teacher as to what's about to happen. I'll click start. And then I have to choose if I want 2, 3, or 4 students in a group at one time. We've got 6 students in this group or in this class. So I might want to pair them up into 3 groups of 2 or 2 groups of 3, etc. I'll do 3 groups of 2. So I'll click preview groups and I can see that Kenji and Keiko are together, Amir and Mariko are together, and Ben and Rami are together. Now that's fine, but I don't know if Kenji and Keiko will get along too much. So I might shuffle this up one time here. Oh, they're still the same. There's Rami and Kenji. Maybe that will work better. So I can sort of shuffle the groups before I confirm them. Now I'm happy with that set of groups. I'm going to click confirm. And you'll notice over here on Keiko's screen here and on my screen, I'm about to see who my partner is here. I just got updated with my partner. Keiko got updated with her partner. She would have to walk around the class, find Mariko, and then go and sit with her. So she goes and finds Mariko, and I go and find Amir. And as we find people, we just click that they found each other on the group. Now I know everybody's ready to go and sit together and work together, and they talk through that dilemma and explain to each other why they chose A over B or B over A. Once that conversation starts to die down a little, you might want to get some students up on stage to talk about why they chose, what they chose, and why they chose it. So to do that, we have this task, this next task at the bottom here called Speak Up. So I'm going to move to that next task now called Speak Up. It gives some instructions here. We'll go ahead and start that task, and you can see over here on Keiko's screen, she has this Speak Up task right here, where she can click Speak Up and she can join the conversation. So she's going to go ahead and put herself on the stage. I want to speak up too, so I'm going to join as well. There's Ben, and let's see, maybe 1 or 2 more people want to speak up. There's Rami, and here is Amir. So people can speak up or essentially put their hands up and say that they want to express their opinion. So these are the 4 or 6 people that are on stage and want to talk about it. By the way, before you talk about it or when you're in groups, all of your students have this little dictionary icon down here called useful language. And when they click on that, they can see some keywords here, like right or consequence or turn a blind eye, and the definitions of those. And also some sentence sims, like I want to act with compassion, so or I chose to report my coworker because, I chose to stay quiet because. So they've got these sort of prompts here that they can choose from in this little dictionary to help them out as well. All right, and that's also useful when they get up on stage. So Keiko wants to speak first. I'm going to allow her to speak, explain why she chose A over B. Maybe she can also explain what her partner thought and whether her partner had any whether her partner influenced her in any way to change her opinion. So lots of different things that you can do once they get up on stage. When Keiko is finished, you'll just simply click that, and she goes away, and click the exit as well for Ben once he's finished. So you're bringing people up on stage and you're giving them a chance to speak their opinions. All right, once that's all done and everybody's off stage and everybody's spoken, now's a chance for people to vote again. This is common in debates where people vote at the beginning, they vote at the end, and if the debaters have swayed the opinion of the audience, you'll see these results change. So it's now time to vote again. So we'll click vote again. down at the bottom. I just click that vote again button at the very bottom. Okay, now everybody here, you'll see that Keiko's page updated. It shows her original vote here was to report her coworker. Same with myself. I can see my original vote here. Everybody can see their own vote. She was persuaded by her partner and by the opinions of the other class to change her mind. So she's now going to choose turn a blind eye and vote. I also changed my mind. I'm going to vote as well. And some of these other students also changed their mind as well. So we'll report them all or submit them all. And everybody's now voted, all 6 people. Let's see what those results are now. Show results. Oh, now 83% would turn a blind eye. Before it was only 33%. So that's interesting. I might be surprised at that, and I might show some surprise here with an emoji here. But we can see the difference. We can see how it has changed from the beginning to the end, and that's because students got together, they talked it out, they convinced somebody else to think a little bit differently, and I can see those results have changed now. If I want to see what the original votes were, we can go with final results, and we can see everything together. First round and last round, we can see how from the beginning, 67% said that they would report their coworker by the end. Only 17% said that they still will. Excellent activity to engage your students in a meaningful and fun conversation in the class. And when you're done, if you want to do another one, you just simply click New Dilemma down at the bottom right here. And I'm going to go ahead and click that, and I get a list of all of the other dilemmas, and I can go right into that next dilemma for my students to do as a follow-up activity. That's Ellii Dilemmas. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you use it a lot in your class. And please remember to tell other teachers that this is free and anybody can do it in their class. Happy teaching. Hope to see you again soon.